Rob putting the pedal to the metal, the crew cab Ford pickup radar detector on guard duty. Gary, Grandma Wilson along with Nancy, Rob's significant other, traveling to Edmond, Oklahoma, providing the means for the elder Wilsons to pay a visit to Gary's daughter Marlo Denton and son Scott. Arriving, Rob and Nancy making a U-turn, returning to Texas, Gary bidding a heartfelt saddened goodbye. Chris and Marlo's Edmond residence was impressive, the swimming pool, its acreage, the creek flowing below the house, a spacious kitchen and living room, all a workman's marvel. But most impressive were the two granddaughters, Allison and Holly-Ann, gleaming pyramids to the family. Allison having a weekend rehearsal for an upcoming school event, Marlo providing Dad and Grandma a tour of the exclusive private Cassidy School. The school with its uniformed students, 80-acre lake spacious grounds, resembling a small college campus. The school recognized as one of the foremost educational facilities in the nation. Sunday morning, Gary and Grandmother Betty accompanying the family to the Edmond Baptist Church with the exception of Chris, who was on duty at the fire station. Gary most impressed with the visiting minister from the Oklahoma Baptist University at Shawnee. Having heard many latitudes and sermons in his lifetime, this being one of the best. Accompany the visiting speaker was a quartet of musicians from the university playing and vocalizing an outstanding performance, giving amplitude to character of this university. The Sunday afternoon at the Dentons found a reunion. His son Scott, Lana Norwicki, Gary's granddaughter Sarah, along with Tad Norwicki and his fiancée Kelly, whom Gary thought bore a striking resemblance to Jennifer Aniston. Gary's mother finally having the opportunity to meet more of the Oklahoma faction of the Wilsons and their lineage. The following day, Gary having the opportunity to telephone his Oklahoma City friend of over 40 years, Jerry Willis. Jerry driving to Edmond, the afternoon spent with this remarkable guitarist and twice the best man at Gary's weddings, the two reminiscing their days as musicians in the 60s. The late afternoon Chris providing a tour of his workplace fire station and one-of-a-kind national acknowledged children's safety village, complete with the city park buildings, streets with traffic lights. The attraction a show place to educate the youth about safety. Chris broaching the children's village had educational school districts from throughout the state of Oklahoma, busing their students to this applauded safety inducement. Before leaving, Chris acknowledging the name Garrett Way, posted on one of village's street signs, a tribute to Gary's only grandson who joined his heavenly grandfather at the age of 12 on April 7, 2001. The night ensuing, the family enjoying a fiesta meal at a Mexican restaurant, Gary discovering why it was chosen. A group of firefighters from another station were seated at an adjoining table. This establishment a favorite of these communities' guardians. Another sortie the following evening, the group briefly acquainting the familiar Oklahoma City brick town for a short duration. Chris pointing out its new boardwalk, and the waterway canal that flowed towards the recently name-changed North Canadian River. Gary questioning why the state would change this historic river's name to a new bland non-historical name, the Oklahoma River. Before leaving, an introduction to a spice cream parlor, presenting their product not sold by the scoop, but sold by weight. One able to sample a variety of flavors, a scale at the checkout stand providing the cost. The morning found it was time to journey on to Wichita and his daughter Sandra's. Gary's eldest son Scott offering to navigate the elder Wilsons north on Interstate 35, the 160-mile trip, a 2.5-hour venture. Gary reluctantly having to relate a farewell to his daughter and his grandchildren, especially Holly-Ann, her vigor a paramount architecture bringing new meaning to the Denton family. His departure bringing forth an overwhelming sensitivity of loss, a realization, part of his life is missing.